Life after 50 is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of a new chapter filled with endless possibilities. Think about it. By this stage, you've gathered decades of experiences, lessons, and wisdom. But here's something you might not have considered. This is the perfect time to reignite your passions, chase new dreams, and inspire others along the way. Did you know that studies show people over 50 are more likely to start businesses, take up new hobbies, and even run marathons than ever before? It's true. Age is not a barrier, it's an advantage. In this video, we're sharing 20 incredible stories of individuals who proved that life after 50 is anything but ordinary. These are stories of late bloomers, adventurers, and dreamers who refuse to let age define them. From the artist who picked up a paintbrush for the first time at 55 to the marathon runner who crossed the finish line at 60, each story is a testament to the power of resilience, purpose, and the belief that it's never too late to start something new. These stories aren't just about success, they're about transformation. They're about finding joy in the unexpected, discovering purpose in the everyday, and proving that the best chapters of your life might still be unwritten. So, whether you're looking for a spark of inspiration, a reminder of your own potential, or simply a reason to smile, these stories are here to uplift and motivate you. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll not only feel inspired, you'll see that the wisdom and experiences you've gathered over the years are your greatest strength. Let's dive into these 20 incredible journeys and discover how life after 50 can be the most fulfilling and exciting chapter yet. Now, turning to our first story, we meet Sarah, a woman who discovered her passion for art at the age of 55. For decades, Sarah had put her creative dreams on hold, focusing on raising her family and building a career. But one day, as she stood in front of a blank canvas at a community art class, something inside her clicked. She picked up a paintbrush for the first time in years and began to create. At first, Sarah struggled with self-doubt. She questioned whether she was too old to start something new or if her art would ever be good enough. But instead of giving in to those doubts, she chose to embrace the process. She painted every day, experimenting with colors, textures, and techniques. Slowly but surely, her confidence grew, and so did her talent. Sarah's breakthrough came when she decided to share her work with others. She entered a local art exhibition, not expecting much, but to her surprise, her paintings resonated with people. Her use of vibrant colors and emotional depth struck a chord, and soon her art was being featured in galleries and even sold to collectors. What makes Sarah's story so inspiring is not just her success, but the way her art transformed her life. Painting became her way of expressing herself, of finding joy and purpose in every brushstroke. And it didn't stop there. Her journey inspired others in her community to pursue their own creative passions, proving that it's never too late to start something new. Sarah's story reminds us that age is no barrier to creativity. Whether it's painting, writing, or any other form of self-expression, the only limit is the one we place on ourselves. So, if you've ever dreamed of exploring your artistic side, take a page from Sarah's book, pick up that brush, that pen, or that instrument, and let your creativity shine. As we move forward, our next story takes us in a completely different direction, but with the same powerful message. It's never too late to chase your dreams. Stay tuned for the inspiring tale of a marathon runner who proved that age is just a number. Now, shifting our focus, let's dive into the incredible journey of Michael, a man who proved that age is no obstacle to achieving extraordinary goals. At the age of 55, Michael decided to take up running. It wasn't something he had ever considered before. He had spent most of his life working a desk job and rarely made time for exercise. But after a routine checkup revealed some concerning health numbers, Michael knew he needed to make a change. Starting small, Michael began with short walks around his neighborhood. Gradually, those walks turned into light jogs, and before he knew it, he was running a mile, then 2, then 5. What began as a way to improve his health quickly became a passion. Running gave him a sense of freedom and accomplishment he hadn't felt in years, but it wasn't always easy. There were days when his body ached and his mind told him to quit. Yet Michael pushed through, reminding himself that every step was a step toward a healthier, happier life. By the time he turned 60, Michael had set his sights on a goal that seemed almost impossible: running a marathon. Friends and family were skeptical, but Michael was determined. He trained for months, following a strict regimen and learning to listen to his body. The journey was grueling, but it was also transformative. Running taught him discipline, resilience, and the power of perseverance. The day of the marathon arrived, and Michael stood at the starting line, surrounded by runners half his age. As the race began, he focused on his pace, his breathing, and the rhythm of his steps. Mile after mile, he kept going, fueled by the cheers of the crowd and the strength he had built over the years. When he crossed the finish line, the sense of achievement was overwhelming. Michael had not only completed the marathon, but he had also proven to himself and everyone watching that it's never too late to chase a dream. Michael's story didn't end there. His journey inspired countless others in his community to take up running or simply embrace a more active lifestyle. He became a mentor to younger runners, sharing his wisdom and encouraging them to push past their limits. His message was simple yet powerful: age is just a number, and with determination, anything is possible. As we reflect on Michael's story, we're reminded that physical and mental transformation is within reach at any stage of life. Whether it's running a marathon, taking up a new sport, or simply committing to a healthier lifestyle, the key is to start where you are and keep moving forward. With this inspiring tale of perseverance fresh in our minds, let's now turn to a story of reinvention and resilience. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll meet someone who turned a career setback into an opportunity for growth and success. Now turning to a story of reinvention and resilience, let's meet Sarah, a woman who turned a career setback into a thriving new chapter. At the age of 52, Sarah found herself at a crossroads. After decades of working in corporate marketing, she was unexpectedly laid off. For someone who had dedicated her life to climbing the corporate ladder, the news was devastating. But instead of letting the setback define her, Sarah decided to take a bold leap into the unknown. With years of experience under her belt, Sarah recognized a gap in the market for eco-friendly home products. She had always been passionate about sustainability, and now she saw an opportunity to turn that passion into a business. Armed with her savings and a clear vision, she launched her own company, Green Haven Living. The journey was far from easy. Sarah faced countless challenges, from securing funding to navigating the complexities of starting a business from scratch. But she approached each obstacle with determination and creativity, learning as she went. One of her most innovative ideas was creating a subscription service for reusable household items, from bamboo toothbrushes to biodegradable cleaning supplies. This not only made sustainable living more accessible, but also built a loyal customer base. Sarah's willingness to take risks paid off. Within 2 years, Green Haven Living was turning a profit, and her products were being sold in stores across the country. What made Sarah's story truly remarkable was her ability to adapt. When the pandemic hit, she quickly pivoted her business model, offering virtual workshops on sustainable living and expanding her online presence. Her resilience and forward-thinking approach not only kept her business afloat, but also allowed it to thrive during uncertain times. Sarah's journey is a testament to the power of resilience and adaptability. She proved that setbacks can be stepping stones to something greater, and that age is no barrier to innovation and success. Her story inspires us to embrace change, take risks, and believe in our ability to create new opportunities, no matter where life takes us. As we celebrate Sarah's entrepreneurial spirit, let's now look ahead to another inspiring tale. Coming up next, we'll meet someone who found a renewed sense of purpose through giving back to their community. Stay tuned for a story that reminds us of the profound impact one person can make. Now shifting our focus to a story of selflessness and purpose, let's meet Michael, a man who discovered profound meaning in giving back to others. At the age of 55, Michael found himself at a point in life where he felt something was missing. After retiring from a long career in education, he realized that while he had achieved professional success, he yearned for a deeper sense of fulfillment. It was during this reflective time that Michael decided to explore volunteering, a decision that would transform his life in ways he never imagined. Michael began by dedicating his time to a local food bank where he helped organize donations and distribute meals to families in need. What started as a few hours a week quickly grew into a passion. He was struck by the gratitude of those he served and the tangible difference his efforts made in their lives. Inspired by this experience, Michael expanded his involvement, volunteering with organizations focused on literacy, mentoring at-risk youth, and even assisting in disaster relief efforts. One of the most impactful moments in Michael's journey came when he joined a program that paired retirees with students struggling to read. As a former teacher, Michael found immense joy in helping these young learners build confidence and unlock their potential. He often shared how their progress reminded him of the power of patience, encouragement, and human connection. Through his volunteer work, Michael not only touched countless lives but also found a renewed sense of purpose. He often reflected on how giving back had brought him more joy and fulfillment than he had ever anticipated. His story is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to make a difference, and that sometimes the greatest rewards come from helping others. As we celebrate Michael's dedication to service, let's now turn our attention to another inspiring individual. Up next, we'll meet a grandparent whose wisdom and guidance became a beacon of hope for their family and community. Stay tuned for a story that highlights the enduring impact of mentorship and love. Now turning to a story of intergenerational wisdom and love, let's meet Margaret, a grandmother whose life took on new meaning when she stepped into the role of a mentor. At 62, Margaret found herself at a crossroads. Her children were grown, her career as a nurse had come to an end, and she was adjusting to the quieter rhythms of retirement. But Margaret had always been a natural caregiver, and she soon realized that her years of experience and hard-earned wisdom could still make a difference, not just for her family but for her entire community. Margaret's journey as a mentor began within her own family. When her teenage grandson, Ethan, started struggling in school, Margaret stepped in to help. She spent hours tutoring him, not just in academics, but in life skills like time management, resilience, and self-confidence. What started as a simple act of support blossomed into a deep bond, and Ethan began to thrive under her guidance. Margaret's patience and encouragement became a lifeline for him, and she soon found herself mentoring her other grandchildren as well. But Margaret's impact didn't stop at her front door. Recognizing the need for mentorship in her community, she joined a local program that paired older adults with at-risk youth. Through this initiative, Margaret became a trusted figure in the lives of several young people, offering them a listening ear, practical advice, and unwavering support. She often shared stories from her own life lessons learned from her career, her struggles, and her triumphs, to inspire and guide them. One of the most remarkable aspects of Margaret's story is how her role as a mentor enriched her own life. She often spoke about the joy she felt in seeing her mentees grow and succeed, and how their energy and optimism brought a renewed sense of purpose to her days. "It's not just about what I give to them," she once said. "It's about what they give back to me. They remind me that life is always full of possibilities." Margaret's story is a testament to the power of intergenerational connection. Through her mentorship, she not only shaped the lives of her family and community, but also found a deeper sense of fulfillment in her later years. Her journey reminds us that age is no barrier to making a meaningful impact, and that sometimes the greatest legacy we can leave is the wisdom we pass on to others. As we reflect on Margaret's inspiring role as a mentor, let's now shift our focus to a story of adventure and discovery. Up next, we'll meet someone who embraced the world with open arms, proving that it's never too late to explore new horizons. Stay tuned for a tale of travel, courage, and the joy of stepping into the unknown. Now stepping into a story of courage and curiosity, let's meet Robert, a man who decided to see the world after turning 55. For decades, Robert had been tied to a demanding corporate job, his days filled with meetings, deadlines, and the familiar routines of suburban life. But when he retired, he realized he had a choice: to settle into the predictable rhythms of retirement or to finally chase the dreams he had put on hold for so long. Robert chose the latter, and his life was forever changed. Robert's first adventure took him to the bustling streets of Tokyo, a city he had always dreamed of visiting but never had the time to explore. The vibrant culture, the intricate traditions, and the sheer energy of the city captivated him. He wandered through ancient temples, savored street food, and even tried his hand at a traditional tea ceremony. Each experience opened his eyes to new ways of thinking and living, and he found himself marveling at how much he had yet to learn about the world. From Tokyo, Robert's travels took him to the serene landscapes of New Zealand, where he hiked through lush forests and stood in awe of towering mountains. He then ventured to the historic cities of Europe, walking cobblestone streets and immersing himself in centuries of art and history. With each destination, Robert discovered not only the beauty of the world but also a deeper understanding of himself. He learned to embrace uncertainty, to navigate unfamiliar places with confidence, and to find joy in the unexpected. One of the most profound moments of Robert's journey came during a visit to a small village in Peru. There, he spent time with a local family, sharing meals and stories despite the language barrier. The warmth and generosity of the people left a lasting impression on him, reminding him of the universal values of kindness and connection. Travel taught me that no matter where you go, people are more alike than different, he later reflected. It's a lesson I carry with me every day. Robert's adventures didn't just transform his own life, they inspired those around him. His friends and family, many of whom had never considered traveling beyond their comfort zones, began to see the world through his eyes. Some even joined him on his trips, discovering their own sense of wonder and adventure. Robert's story became a testament to the idea that it's never too late to explore, to grow, and to embrace the richness of life. As we celebrate Robert's journey of discovery, let's now turn our attention to a story of creativity and self-expression. Up next, we'll meet someone who found their voice in a way they never expected, proving that the pursuit of passion knows no age limits. Stay tuned for a tale of writing, resilience, and the power of storytelling. Now turning to a story of creativity and determination, let's meet Margaret, a woman who discovered her love for writing in her 50s and went on to publish her first book. For most of her life, Margaret had been a dedicated teacher, pouring her energy into shaping young minds. But deep down, she had always harbored a dream of writing, a dream she had set aside for years, thinking it was too late to start. That all changed one quiet evening when she picked up a pen and began to write. Margaret's journey into writing wasn't without its challenges. At first, she struggled with self-doubt, wondering if her stories were worth telling. She faced the daunting task of balancing her writing with her responsibilities, often waking up early or staying up late to carve out time for her craft. But with each word she wrote, she found herself growing more confident and passionate. Writing became her sanctuary, a space where she could explore her thoughts, memories, and imagination. Her creative process was deeply personal. Margaret drew inspiration from her own life experiences, weaving together stories that reflected the joys, struggles, and lessons she had encountered over the years. She wrote about love, loss, resilience, and the quiet moments that define a life. Her characters were vivid and relatable, often mirroring the people she had met and the places she had been. Through her writing, Margaret discovered a new way to connect with others, sharing pieces of herself in every page. The road to publication wasn't easy. Margaret faced rejection after rejection, each one testing her resolve, but she refused to give up. She sought feedback, revised her work tirelessly, and continued to believe in the power of her stories. Finally, after years of perseverance, her manuscript was accepted by a small publishing house. The day her book hit the shelves was a moment of triumph, not just for Margaret but for everyone who had supported her along the way. Margaret's book resonated deeply with readers, many of whom found solace and inspiration in her words. Her stories touched on universal themes: hope, forgiveness, and the beauty of second chances, reminding readers that it's never too late to pursue a dream. Margaret often received letters from people who felt seen and understood through her writing, a testament to the impact of her work. Through her journey, Margaret proved that storytelling is more than just an art. It's a way to heal, to connect, and to leave a lasting legacy. Her story is a powerful reminder that creativity knows no age limits, and that the act of sharing our stories can transform not only our own lives but the lives of others as well. As we celebrate Margaret's triumph, let's now shift our focus to a story of advocacy and change. Up next, we'll meet someone who used their voice to make a difference, proving that passion and purpose can ignite powerful movements. Stay tuned for a tale of courage, commitment, and the ripple effect of standing up for what you believe in. Now, let's step into the inspiring journey of Robert, a man who discovered his calling as an advocate for environmental conservation after turning 50. For decades, Robert had worked in corporate finance, a career that provided stability but left him yearning for something more meaningful. It wasn't until he witnessed the devastating effects of deforestation in his local community that he felt compelled to take action. What began as a personal concern soon grew into a lifelong mission to protect the planet. Robert's advocacy journey started small. He began by organizing neighborhood cleanups and educating his community about sustainable practices. But as he delved deeper into the issue, he realized the scale of the problem required more than just local efforts. Determined to make a broader impact, Robert immersed himself in research, attending workshops, and connecting with environmental organizations. His passion and dedication quickly earned him respect among fellow activists, and he soon became a leading voice in the fight against deforestation. The road to creating change was far from smooth. Robert faced numerous obstacles, from bureaucratic red tape to skepticism from those who doubted the urgency of his cause. There were moments when he felt overwhelmed, questioning whether his efforts were making a difference. But he refused to let setbacks define him. Instead, he channeled his frustration into action, rallying support through grassroots campaigns and leveraging social media to amplify his message. His persistence paid off when he successfully lobbied for the protection of a local forest, saving it from being cleared for development. Robert's advocacy extended beyond policy changes. He also focused on inspiring others to take action. He traveled to schools, community centers, and even corporate events, sharing his story and encouraging people to adopt eco-friendly habits. His ability to connect with diverse audiences made him a powerful advocate, and his message resonated with people of all ages. He often emphasized that it's never too late to make a difference, a belief that motivated many to join his cause. Through his tireless efforts, Robert not only preserved natural habitats but also built a legacy of environmental stewardship. His work inspired a new generation of activists, proving that one person's passion can ignite a movement. Today, the forest he fought to protect stands as a testament to his dedication, a living reminder of the impact one individual can have when they stand up for what they believe in. As we reflect on Robert's story, let's now turn our attention to another tale of transformation. Up next, we'll meet someone who prioritized their health and fitness after 50, achieving remarkable results and inspiring others to do the same. Stay tuned for a story of resilience, determination, and the power of taking charge of your well-being. Now, let's shift our focus to a story of personal transformation and the power of taking control of one's health. Meet Linda, a woman who, at the age of 55, decided to rewrite her story by prioritizing her fitness and well-being. For years, Linda had put her health on the back burner, juggling the demands of work, family, and life's endless responsibilities. But after a routine checkup revealed concerning health markers, she realized it was time to make a change. Linda's journey began with small, manageable steps. She started by incorporating daily walks into her routine, gradually increasing her distance and pace. As her confidence grew, she joined a local gym where she discovered a passion for strength training. At first, the weights felt intimidating, but with the guidance of a supportive trainer and her own determination, she began to see progress. Over time, Linda not only built physical strength, but also developed a newfound sense of resilience and self-belief. What truly set Linda apart was her commitment to consistency. She didn't rely on quick fixes or fad diets. Instead, she focused on building sustainable habits like meal prepping, balanced meals, staying hydrated, and prioritizing sleep. She also embraced the importance of mental health, incorporating mindfulness practices such as meditation and journaling into her daily routine. These small but intentional changes added up, leading to remarkable results. Within a year, Linda had lost over 30 pounds, lowered her cholesterol, and significantly improved her energy levels. But Linda's transformation wasn't just about numbers on a scale or lab results. It was about reclaiming her life and inspiring those around her. Her journey caught the attention of friends, family, and even strangers who admired her dedication. She began sharing her story on social media, offering tips and encouragement to others looking to improve their health. Her authenticity and relatability resonated with many, especially those who felt it was too late to make a change. Linda's message was clear: it's never too late to prioritize your health, and every small step counts. Her impact extended beyond her immediate circle. Linda started hosting free fitness workshops in her community, creating a space where people of all ages and fitness levels could come together to support one another. She also partnered with local health organizations to promote wellness initiatives, proving that one person's commitment to change could ripple outward and inspire an entire community. Linda's story is a testament to the transformative power of perseverance and self-care. By taking charge of her health, she not only improved her own life but also became a beacon of hope for others. Her journey reminds us that age is no barrier to achieving our goals, and that the choices we make today can shape a healthier, happier tomorrow. As we celebrate Linda's achievements, let's now turn our attention to another inspiring tale. Up next, we'll meet someone who embraced the pursuit of knowledge later in life, proving that learning has no expiration date. Stay tuned for a story of curiosity, determination, and the joy of lifelong education. Now, let's step into the inspiring world of lifelong learning, where age is no barrier to curiosity and growth. Meet Robert, a man who, at the age of 52, decided to return to school and earn his college degree. For decades, Robert had put his educational dreams on hold, focusing on raising a family and building a career. But as his children grew older and his professional life stabilized, he felt a growing desire to fulfill a personal goal he had set aside years ago: earning a bachelor's degree. Robert's journey began with a mix of excitement and apprehension. Returning to the classroom after so many years felt daunting. He worried about keeping up with younger classmates and adapting to new technologies. But Robert was determined. He enrolled in a local university, choosing a program that aligned with his passion for history. From the very first day, he approached his studies with a sense of purpose and enthusiasm, proving that age was no obstacle to learning. The challenges were real. Balancing coursework with his job and family responsibilities required careful time management and sacrifice. Late nights were spent reading textbooks, and weekends often involved writing essays instead of relaxing. But Robert's dedication never wavered. He found support in his professors who admired his commitment and in his family who cheered him on every step of the way. His perseverance became a source of inspiration for those around him. One of the most rewarding aspects of Robert's journey was the connections he made. Despite the age difference, he formed meaningful friendships with classmates, exchanging ideas and perspectives that enriched his learning experience. He also discovered a renewed sense of confidence, realizing that his life experiences gave him a unique edge in discussions and problem-solving. This newfound self-assurance spilled over into other areas of his life, empowering him to take on challenges he once thought were beyond his reach. After 4 years of hard work, Robert walked across the stage to receive his diploma, a moment filled with pride and accomplishment, but his achievement didn't end there. Earning his degree opened doors to new opportunities. Robert transitioned into a role as a museum educator where he could share his love of history with others. He also began mentoring adults who were considering returning to school, offering guidance and encouragement to those who felt it might be too late to pursue their dreams. Robert's story is a powerful reminder that learning is a lifelong journey. His dedication to education not only transformed his own life, but also inspired others to embrace the possibilities that come with curiosity and determination. His message is clear: no matter your age, it's never too late to chase your dreams and expand your horizons. As we celebrate Robert's achievements, let's now turn our attention to another remarkable story. Up next, we'll meet someone who used their wisdom and experience to unite their community, proving that leadership knows no age limit. Stay tuned for a tale of connection, collaboration, and the power of bringing people together. Now, let's shift our focus to a story of unity and leadership. Meet Margaret, a woman who, at the age of 55, stepped into a role she never imagined for herself: a community leader. After retiring from a long career in education, Margaret found herself with more time on her hands and a desire to make a meaningful impact in her neighborhood. What began as a simple effort to organize a local clean-up day soon blossomed into a movement that brought her entire community together. Margaret's journey into leadership started with a single idea. She noticed that her neighborhood park, once a vibrant gathering place, had fallen into disrepair. Instead of waiting for someone else to take action, Margaret decided to step up. She began by reaching out to her neighbors, inviting them to join her in restoring the park. At first, the response was modest, but Margaret's enthusiasm and determination were contagious. She spent evenings knocking on doors, making phone calls, and even setting up a small social media group to rally support. What set Margaret apart was her ability to listen and connect with people. She didn't just ask for help, she asked for ideas. She held informal meetings in her living room where neighbors could share their thoughts and concerns. This collaborative approach made everyone feel valued and invested in the project. Slowly but surely, more people began to join the effort. Families, local businesses, and even the city council took notice, offering their time, resources, and expertise. Margaret's leadership style was rooted in empathy and inclusivity. She made sure that every voice was heard, from the youngest child to the oldest resident. Her ability to bring people together despite their differences was nothing short of remarkable. Under her guidance, the park transformation became more than just a physical renovation. It became a symbol of what a community could achieve when they worked together. The impact of Margaret's efforts was profound. The park was revitalized, complete with new playground equipment, picnic areas, and even a community garden. But the real success was the sense of unity it fostered. Neighbors who had never spoken before were now working side by side, sharing stories and building friendships. The park became a hub of activity, hosting events like outdoor movie nights, farmers markets, and cultural celebrations. Margaret's story didn't end with the park. Inspired by her success, she continued to take on new projects, from organizing food drives to advocating for safer streets. Her leadership inspired others to step up as well, creating a ripple effect of positive change throughout the community. She became a mentor to younger leaders, sharing her wisdom and encouraging them to believe in their ability to make a difference. Margaret's journey is a testament to the power of leadership at any age. Her ability to unite people around a common cause not only transformed her community, but also reminded everyone that it's never too late to step into a role of influence and impact. Her story challenges us to ask ourselves, what can we do to bring people together and create a better world around us? As we reflect on Margaret's inspiring journey, let's now turn our attention to another remarkable tale. Up next, we'll explore the story of someone who found peace and purpose in the beauty of nature, creating a sanctuary that became a source of inspiration for many. Stay tuned for a story of growth, tranquility, and the healing power of the natural world. Now, let's step into a world of tranquility and growth, where one person's love for gardening blossomed into something far greater. Meet Evelyn, a woman who, at the age of 52, discovered that her backyard could be more than just a patch of grass. It could be a sanctuary, not only for herself but for everyone who visited. Evelyn's journey began after a particularly challenging year. She had recently lost her job and was struggling to find a sense of purpose. One day, while sitting in her neglected backyard, she noticed a single wildflower pushing through the cracks in the pavement. That small, resilient bloom sparked something in her. She decided to try her hand at gardening, something she had always admired but never pursued. What started as a simple hobby quickly became a passion. Evelyn began by planting a few flowers and herbs, learning as she went. She spent hours reading books, watching tutorials, and experimenting with different plants. Her backyard, once an empty space, slowly transformed into a lush, vibrant garden. She added raised beds, a small pond, and even a cozy seating area where she could sit and enjoy the fruits of her labor. But Evelyn's garden was more than just a personal retreat. As it grew, so did its impact on those around her. Neighbors would stop by to admire the colorful blooms and the soothing sound of the water feature. Evelyn welcomed them with open arms, offering gardening tips and even sharing cuttings from her plants. Her garden became a gathering place, a spot where people could escape the hustle and bustle of daily life and reconnect with nature. What made Evelyn's sanctuary truly special was the sense of peace it brought to everyone who visited. People would often tell her how spending time in her garden helped them feel calmer and more centered. For Evelyn, it was a reminder of the healing power of nature. She found solace in the rhythm of planting, watering, and nurturing her plants, and she wanted others to experience that same sense of renewal. Over time, Evelyn's garden became a source of inspiration for her entire community. She started hosting workshops, teaching others how to create their own green spaces, no matter how small. She even partnered with a local school to help students plant a garden of their own, showing them the joy of watching something grow from a tiny seed. Evelyn's story is a beautiful reminder that it's never too late to cultivate something meaningful. Her garden not only brought her peace and purpose, but also became a gift to her community, a living testament to the beauty and resilience of nature. It challenges us to ask ourselves, what small seeds can we plant in our own lives that might grow into something extraordinary? As we leave Evelyn's serene sanctuary behind, let's prepare to explore another inspiring journey. Up next, we'll meet someone who discovered the joy of music later in life, proving that it's never too late to find your voice and share it with the world. Stay tuned for a story of melody, passion, and the power of self-expression. Now, let's shift our focus to a story that resonates with the power of melody and the courage to embrace a new passion. Meet Samuel, a man who, at the age of 55, discovered that music could be more than just background noise. It could be a lifeline, a source of joy, and a way to connect with others in ways he never imagined. Samuel's journey into music began unexpectedly. After retiring from a long career in finance, he found himself feeling restless and unsure of how to fill his days. One afternoon, while cleaning out his attic, he stumbled upon an old guitar he had bought decades ago but never learned to play. Dusting it off, he felt a spark of curiosity. What if he finally gave it a try? With no prior musical experience, Samuel started from scratch. He signed up for online lessons, practiced diligently every day, and slowly began to understand the basics. At first, his fingers fumbled over the strings and the chords sounded far from perfect. But Samuel didn't give up. He reminded himself that this wasn't about perfection. It was about the joy of learning something new. As weeks turned into months, Samuel's persistence paid off. He began to play simple songs, and soon he was strumming along to his favorite tunes. The more he played, the more he fell in love with the process. Music became his escape, a way to express emotions he had long kept bottled up. He found himself smiling more, feeling lighter, and even sleeping better at night. But Samuel's musical journey didn't stop at his living room. One day, a friend invited him to join a local community music group. Nervous but excited, Samuel brought his guitar to the first meeting. To his surprise, he wasn't the only beginner in the room. The group was filled with people of all ages and skill levels, united by their love of music. Playing with others opened up a whole new world for Samuel. He discovered the joy of collaboration, the thrill of performing, and the deep sense of connection that comes from making music together. The group began hosting small performances at community centers and local events, and Samuel found himself on stage, sharing his newfound passion with an audience. What started as a personal hobby soon became a source of inspiration for those around him. Friends and neighbors who had never picked up an instrument before began asking Samuel for advice. He encouraged them to take the leap, reminding them that it's never too late to try something new. His story became a testament to the transformative power of music and the importance of pursuing what brings you joy. Samuel's journey reminds us that life after 50 is full of possibilities. Whether it's picking up an instrument, learning a new skill, or simply rediscovering an old passion, there's always room to grow and explore. His story challenges us to ask ourselves what hidden talents or interests might be waiting for us to uncover. As we leave Samuel's musical world behind, let's prepare to step into another inspiring tale. Up next, we'll meet someone who found strength and fulfillment in the role of a caregiver, proving that even in the most challenging circumstances, there is room for compassion and purpose. Stay tuned for a story of resilience, love, and the power of giving. Now, let's step into a story that shines a light on the quiet strength and profound compassion of caregiving. Meet Margaret, a woman who, at the age of 58, found herself stepping into a role she never anticipated, becoming the primary caregiver for her aging mother. Margaret's life had always been busy, balancing a career in education with raising her own family. But when her mother was diagnosed with a progressive illness, Margaret knew she had to step up. At first, the responsibility felt overwhelming. She had no formal training in caregiving, and the emotional weight of watching her mother's health decline was heavy. Yet, Margaret approached the role with determination and love. The early days were filled with challenges, learning to manage medications, navigating doctor's appointments, and adapting to her mother's changing needs required patience and resilience. There were moments of frustration and exhaustion, but Margaret refused to let those feelings overshadow her commitment. She reminded herself that this was not just about providing care, it was about honoring her mother's life and ensuring she felt loved and supported. As time went on, Margaret discovered a strength within herself she hadn't known existed. She learned to advocate for her mother's needs, to find joy in small moments, and to appreciate the time they had together. She began to see caregiving not as a burden, but as an opportunity to give back to the woman who had raised her. Margaret's journey wasn't without its emotional toll. There were sleepless nights and difficult decisions, but through it all, she found fulfillment in knowing she was making a difference. Her compassion extended beyond her mother as she began volunteering at a local support group for caregivers. There, she shared her experiences and offered encouragement to others facing similar challenges. Her story became a beacon of hope for many. Friends and neighbors admired her dedication and often sought her advice. Margaret's message was simple yet powerful. Caregiving is hard, but it is also deeply rewarding. It teaches us about love, resilience, and the strength we carry within us. Margaret's experience reminds us that life after 50 can bring unexpected roles and responsibilities. It challenges us to embrace these moments with grace and to find meaning in the act of giving. Her story invites us to ask ourselves, how can we use our own strength and compassion to make a difference in the lives of others? As we reflect on Margaret's journey, let's prepare to explore another inspiring tale. Up next, we'll meet someone who used their creativity and experience to solve a pressing problem, proving that innovation knows no age limit. Stay tuned for a story of ingenuity, determination, and the power of thinking outside the box. Now, let's shift our focus to a story that celebrates the power of creativity and problem-solving. Meet Robert, a man who, at the age of 55, turned a simple frustration into a groundbreaking invention. Robert had spent decades working as an engineer, but after retiring, he found himself with more time to notice the little inefficiencies in everyday life. One day, while trying to organize his garage, he became increasingly annoyed by the tangled mess of extension cords. It seemed like no matter how carefully he coiled them, they always ended up in a knot. Instead of just accepting it as a minor inconvenience, Robert decided to do something about it. Drawing on his years of experience in design and mechanics, Robert began sketching ideas for a device that could keep cords neatly organized and easy to access. He spent months experimenting with different materials and mechanisms, often working late into the night. His family thought he was a little obsessed, but Robert was determined to create something that would make life easier for everyone. Finally, after countless prototypes and adjustments, Robert invented the Cord Keeper, a simple yet ingenious tool that allowed users to wrap and store cords without tangling. The device was lightweight, durable, and affordable, making it accessible to a wide audience. Robert knew he had something special, but he didn't stop there. He decided to take his invention to the next level by launching his own small business. Starting a business in his 50s wasn't easy. Robert had to learn about marketing, manufacturing, and distribution, skills that were entirely new to him. But he approached each challenge with the same determination that had driven him to create the Cord Keeper in the first place. He reached out to local stores, attended trade shows, and even started an online store to reach a broader audience. The response was overwhelming. People loved the Cord Keeper, and it wasn't long before Robert's invention gained national attention. His story inspired others to see retirement not as an end, but as an opportunity to pursue new passions and solve problems. Robert often said that age was just a number. What mattered was the willingness to try, to fail, and to keep going. Robert's journey reminds us that innovation isn't limited to the young or the tech-savvy. It's about seeing the world with fresh eyes, no matter your age, and having the courage to turn ideas into reality. His story challenges us to ask ourselves, what problems do we encounter in our own lives, and how might we use our experience and creativity to solve them? As we celebrate Robert's ingenuity, let's prepare to dive into another inspiring tale. Up next, we'll meet someone who faced a significant challenge and emerged stronger, proving that resilience can transform even the darkest moments into opportunities for growth. Stay tuned for a story of courage, perseverance, and the power of the human spirit. Now, as we step into the next chapter, we meet Linda, a woman whose life took an unexpected turn at the age of 52. Linda had always been active and healthy, but one day she received a diagnosis that would change everything. She had breast cancer. The news was devastating, but Linda refused to let it define her. Instead, she chose to face her illness with courage and determination. embarking on a journey that would inspire countless others. Linda's treatment was grueling. She underwent surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation, each step testing her physical and emotional strength. There were days when she felt overwhelmed, but she leaned on her family, friends, and a deep sense of faith to keep going. Linda often said that her diagnosis taught her to appreciate the small moments, the warmth of the sun on her face, the sound of her grandchildren's laughter, and the quiet strength of her own spirit. What set Linda apart was her decision to use her experience to help others. During her treatment, she joined a support group for cancer patients, where she found comfort in sharing her story and listening to others. But Linda didn't stop there. After her recovery, she became an advocate for cancer awareness, organizing fundraisers, speaking at events, and even starting a blog to share tips for coping with the emotional toll of the disease. Her blog quickly gained a following as people were drawn to her honesty and optimism. Linda wrote about everything from managing side effects to finding joy in the midst of hardship. She also emphasized the importance of self-care, encouraging her readers to prioritize their mental and emotional well-being. Linda's message was clear: while cancer might change your life, it doesn't have to take away your hope or your ability to make a difference. Linda's resilience didn't just inspire those battling illness, it reminded everyone that adversity can be a catalyst for growth. She often reflected on how her diagnosis had given her a new perspective on life, teaching her to live with intention and gratitude. Linda's story is a powerful reminder that even in our darkest moments, we have the strength to rise, to heal, and to help others do the same. As we celebrate Linda's courage, let's prepare to explore another inspiring journey. Up next, we'll meet someone who turned their passion for teaching into a legacy of wisdom, proving that the lessons we share can shape generations to come. Stay tuned for a story of mentorship, impact, and the enduring power of knowledge. Now, as we shift our focus, let's step into the world of Robert, a man who discovered his true calling as a teacher after the age of 50. Robert had spent decades working in corporate finance, a career that provided stability but left him feeling unfulfilled. When he retired at 55, he realized he wasn't ready to stop contributing to the world. Instead, he decided to channel his wealth of experience into something meaningful: teaching. Robert began by volunteering at a local community center, offering free financial literacy classes to adults who had never had the opportunity to learn about budgeting, saving, or investing. His classes quickly gained popularity as students appreciated his patient, down-to-earth approach. Robert didn't just teach numbers, he shared stories from his own life, illustrating how financial decisions could shape a person's future. His ability to connect with his students on a personal level made the lessons stick. What started as a small volunteer effort soon grew into something much larger. Robert was invited to teach at a local college, where he developed a course on personal finance tailored to non-traditional students, many of whom were returning to school later in life. His classes became a safe space for people to ask questions, share their struggles, and learn without judgment. Robert's students often said that his encouragement gave them the confidence to take control of their financial lives, something they had never thought possible before. But Robert's impact didn't stop in the classroom. He became a mentor to many of his students, offering guidance on everything from career choices to life decisions. He believed that education wasn't just about passing on knowledge, it was about empowering people to believe in themselves. One of his former students, Maria, shared how Robert's mentorship helped her start her own small business. "He didn't just teach me about money," she said. "He taught me that I had the power to change my life." For Robert, teaching became a source of deep fulfillment. He often reflected on how his second career had given him a sense of purpose that his first one never had. "I feel like I'm making a real difference," he once said. And that's something money can't buy. Robert's story is a testament to the power of sharing knowledge and the profound impact one person can have on the lives of many. As we celebrate Robert's journey, let's prepare to meet someone who turned their generosity into a legacy of change. Up next, we'll explore the story of a philanthropist whose dedication to giving back transformed lives and communities. Stay tuned for a tale of compassion, impact, and the enduring power of kindness. Now, let's step into the inspiring journey of Margaret, a woman who turned her passion for giving into a legacy of hope and transformation. After retiring from a successful career in real estate at the age of 52, Margaret found herself reflecting on the abundance she had accumulated over the years. She realized that her true joy didn't come from wealth itself, but from the opportunity to use it to make a difference. Margaret began by supporting local food banks and shelters, but she quickly saw that her contributions could go even further. She decided to focus on education, believing it was the key to breaking cycles of poverty. With her resources, she established scholarships for underprivileged students in her community, ensuring that financial barriers wouldn't stand in the way of their dreams. Her efforts didn't stop there. Margaret also funded the construction of a community center in a low-income neighborhood, providing a safe space for children to learn, play, and grow. The center offered after-school programs, tutoring, and even job training for parents. Margaret often visited the center, not just to oversee its operations, but to connect with the people it served. She listened to their stories, celebrated their successes, and offered encouragement during tough times. One of the most remarkable aspects of Margaret's philanthropy was her hands-on approach. She didn't just write checks, she rolled up her sleeves and got involved. Whether it was organizing fundraisers, mentoring young entrepreneurs, or advocating for policy changes to support education, Margaret was always at the forefront. Her dedication inspired others to join her cause, creating a ripple effect of generosity throughout the community. The impact of Margaret's work was profound. Hundreds of students graduated from high school and college thanks to her scholarships, many of whom went on to become teachers, nurses, and community leaders. The community center became a hub of hope and opportunity, transforming lives in ways that extended far beyond its walls. Margaret often said, "Giving isn't just about money. It's about showing people that they matter, that their dreams are worth fighting for." Margaret's story reminds us that philanthropy isn't reserved for the wealthy elite. It's a calling that anyone can answer, regardless of their means. It's about using what we have to lift others up, creating a legacy of kindness and change that lasts long after we're gone. As we celebrate Margaret's incredible contributions, let's prepare to meet someone who embraced adventure and risk in their later years. Up next, we'll dive into the story of an individual who proved that life after 50 is anything but predictable. Stay tuned for a tale of courage, exploration, and the thrill of stepping into the unknown. Now, let's shift our focus to a story that proves life after 50 can be as thrilling as it is unpredictable. Meet Robert, a man who decided to trade the comfort of routine for the exhilaration of adventure. At the age of 55, Robert found himself at a crossroads. After decades of working in a corporate job, he realized he had spent more time chasing deadlines than chasing dreams. Determined to rewrite his story, he made a bold decision. He would embark on a journey that would push him far beyond his comfort zone. Robert's first adventure was a solo trek across the Appalachian Trail, a challenge that tested his physical endurance and mental resilience. Despite having no prior hiking experience, he spent months preparing, learning everything from navigation to survival skills. The journey was grueling, filled with blistered feet, unpredictable weather, and moments of self-doubt. But with every step, Robert discovered a strength he didn't know he had. He often said, "The trail taught me that the hardest paths lead to the most beautiful views." But Robert didn't stop there. Inspired by his newfound confidence, he set his sights on an even greater challenge, sailing across the Atlantic Ocean. At 58, he purchased a small sailboat, named it the Wanderer, and spent a year learning the intricacies of sailing. Friends and family thought he was crazy, but Robert saw it as an opportunity to prove that age is no barrier to adventure. His journey across the Atlantic was filled with storms, mechanical failures, and moments of solitude that tested his resolve. Yet, when he finally reached the other side, he felt a sense of accomplishment that words could hardly describe. Robert's adventures didn't just transform his own life, they inspired countless others. Through his blog and social media, he shared his experiences, encouraging people to embrace their own sense of adventure, no matter their age. His story resonated with thousands, many of whom reached out to thank him for showing them that it's never too late to take risks and chase dreams. What made Robert's journey so remarkable wasn't just the physical feats he accomplished, but the mindset he embodied. He believed that life is meant to be lived boldly, and that every risk taken is an opportunity to grow. His story reminds us that adventure isn't just about traveling to far-off places. It's about stepping into the unknown, embracing uncertainty, and discovering the limitless potential within ourselves. As we celebrate Robert's courage, let's prepare to meet someone who dedicated their later years to fostering peace and understanding. Up next, we'll explore the story of an individual who worked tirelessly to bridge divides and bring people together. Stay tuned for a tale of empathy, resilience, and the power of unity. Now, as we step into the final story of our series, we meet a remarkable individual whose life after 50 became a testament to the power of empathy and unity. Meet Margaret, a woman who dedicated her later years to bridging divides and fostering peace in her community. At the age of 52, Margaret found herself reflecting on the growing polarization she saw around her: neighbors divided by politics, families fractured by misunderstandings, and communities struggling to find common ground. Determined to make a difference, she decided to channel her energy into becoming a peacemaker. Margaret began by organizing small gatherings in her neighborhood, inviting people from different backgrounds and perspectives to share meals and stories. These gatherings weren't about debating or convincing, they were about listening. Margaret believed that understanding began with hearing each other's experiences, and she created a safe space where people could speak openly without fear of judgment. Over time, these meetings grew into a movement, with more and more people eager to participate and connect. But Margaret's journey wasn't without challenges. She faced skepticism from those who doubted her efforts could make a real difference. Some dismissed her work as naive, while others were too entrenched in their own views to even consider attending. Yet Margaret persisted, driven by her unwavering belief in the power of human connection. She often said, "Change doesn't happen overnight, but every conversation plants a seed." One of her most significant achievements came when she helped mediate a long-standing dispute between two community groups over the use of a local park. The conflict had escalated to the point where it threatened to divide the neighborhood permanently. Margaret stepped in, facilitating a series of dialogues that allowed both sides to voice their concerns and find common ground. Her patience, empathy, and ability to see the humanity in everyone involved were key to reaching a resolution. The park became a symbol of unity, a place where people from all walks of life could come together. Margaret's efforts didn't stop at her own community. She began traveling to other towns and cities, sharing her methods and inspiring others to start their own peacemaking initiatives. Through workshops and public speaking, she taught people how to listen deeply, communicate effectively, and approach conflict with compassion. Her work touched countless lives, proving that one person's dedication could ripple out and create waves of positive change. What made Margaret's story so powerful was her ability to see beyond differences and focus on what unites us. She showed that peacemaking isn't about erasing disagreements, but about finding ways to coexist with respect and understanding. Her legacy is a reminder that no matter our age, we all have the capacity to bring people together and make the world a little kinder. As we close this chapter, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible journeys we've explored. From late bloomers to adventurers, from mentors to peacemakers, These stories remind us that life after 50 is not a time to slow down but a time to dream bigger, take risks and make a difference. Thank you for joining us on this journey of inspiration. If these stories resonated with you, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more uplifting content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep growing, and keep inspiring. As we bring this collection of 20 inspirational stories to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible journeys we've shared. From the late bloomer artist who discovered her passion after 50 to the peacemaker who bridged divides in her community, each story has illuminated the boundless potential of life after 50. These narratives are united by common threads: resilience in the face of challenges, a deep sense of purpose, and the courage to embrace new beginnings. They remind us that age is not a barrier but a gateway to reinvention, growth, and meaningful impact. These stories are more than just tales of triumph. They are invitations to reflect on our own lives. What dreams have you set aside? What passions are waiting to be explored? What difference could you make in your community or the world? Life after 50 is not a time to slow down but an opportunity to dream bigger, take bold steps, and create a legacy that inspires others. If these stories have touched your heart or sparked a new idea, we'd love to hear from you. Share your own experiences in the comments below. Your journey could be the inspiration someone else needs. And if you've enjoyed this series, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an uplifting story. Together, let's continue to celebrate the limitless possibilities of life after 50. Thank you for being part of this journey. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep growing, and keep inspiring.